We really like Hunky Dory kits, and what I really love is when they have some specialty cards included.
Like a concertina card and a butterfly easel card which is beautiful with this rainbow fluttering butterfly kit.
Flutterbye Rainbow is the name
There
of
we
it,
go.
and we've got some projects to share. Come play with us. Well, here is Flutterbye Rainbow, and I just want to show you, this is one of their honkin' kits, so you can see it right there.
So lots to it, and it is so colorful,
Yeah.
that rainbow. You can choose your colors, they're all mixed up together, and just beautiful cards.
So inside we have lots of goodies, and you want to share?
Wait,
Yeah.
including
Oh, right.
instructions for the specialty cards, the Sparkling Wings Butterfly Easel card, which is really cute, easy to do, and a floating butterfly concertina with this beautiful acetate. And of course, I love that they give all of these inspirational ideas.
Very
too.
helpful. Okay, so now the contents are going to be all of those things, plus some of the regular foiled sheets.
Right, so we're starting out with the Sparkling Wings Easel cards, and these are the elements. So each one of these is going to give you a card, plus there is a base that you're going to use too, and there's always several different sentiments that you can choose. Plus, I love the foil on this because it is textured. So it's not this shiny foil that you're used to. It is still really nice and shimmery because it's got that textured look.
Very pretty. So you're going to get these in several colors.
Right.
Generally 4 is what they do.
Right, that beautiful blue,
Yeah.
nice bright yellow. I love the red. And then these are the bases for each one of those cards. And then we get into the concertina card elements. So these are, you're going to use one of these for each one of your cards. You're going to pop out all of these extra embellishment pieces and purples, again with this beautiful rainbow of colors and that beautiful texture. So you've got silver and gold textured foil in here. I love some of the sentiments. Listen to the color of your dreams. That's just a really cute sentiment. Lots of fun, inspirational type sentiments. You didn't see this right away. You went right through it, but this is acetate, and these are elements that are just for that concertina card. Plus you've got extra embellishments for those cards. Beautiful rainbow of colors, lots and lots of little, very easy to pop out die-cut butterflies with that gorgeous textured gold, and you're going to get another sheet in these beautiful jewel tones with textured silver.
And these are the mailing boxes that you can use for those. Simply fold them in. They're all scored and create that, and then you get some envelopes also.
So for each of the concertina cards and the butterfly easel cards.
Then we go into what is more typical of Hunky Dory. So we've got the die-cut sheets that have the foiling, as Gail said. Some of them are textured, so it just adds a bit of extra fun. You can see multiple frames and lots of borders, lots of messages, and you said butterflies and dragonflies, and that's
there are
what
even
we've got.
tags on there. These would be great for small gift tags and for larger cards.
And you see the rainbow of colors, the blues, the greens, the yellows, the pinks, the reds, just the whole variety.
So when you
of them.
said honkin' kit, this is
a
what we're
honkin'
talking
kit.
about. There's a lot
It
to it. I think there are 237 die cuts in this kit.
Right, nice selection. Now we're going to get with 8 sheets of the Adorable Scoreable that are foiled, as you can see here. So we'll just go through these pretty quickly, and they'll have foiling on the edges, in the corners, sometimes all over. It just sort of depends on what the artwork really will, do well with.
And with all of those, you're going to be able to make at least 24 cards with this kit. That's pretty typical of one of the larger luxury card kits.
And then you're going to get another 8 of the Adorable Scoreable without foiling. And I think in England, where these are made, they really use these as the card bases, but we prefer to use them maybe to cover a front, maybe to do an inside.
Sometimes just a strip for a border. So just
we like to make them go further, don't we? Okay. So there you go. That's the whole kit. Now, what can you do? Well, let's get started with projects.
It's coming. There it is.
Here's the very first one, and this is Not the two specialty, but just an idea of what you can do with the others. And this
With
is
the card toppers, right?
Yeah,
And a cutaway, you were
right.
about to say.
Right, this is a 6.5 by 5 card, which is our basic card size, the largest you can mail in the U.S. without additional postage. And isn't that foiling fun?
So just
Especially
beautiful.
for you with love.
And so just gorgeous that you can just cut away that top strip and cover with a piece of that cardstock. So that's just a small piece of cardstock, and that helps it to go quite a long way.
And you know us, we just have to add some dazzles. This is the gold jewel border dazzles, just to add a little bit of extra additional embellishment. And in this case, the border is on the inside of the card at the bottom, and another piece of the paper or cardstock at the top.
Yeah, so just another strip for another border with a little bit of dazzles there. And I like the little collection of die cuts up there at the top. It gives you room to write on your card.
Right.
So it's gorgeous. The colors are just so bright and beautiful.
They are very pretty. Now here's a second card, and this is using some of the frames. And this one we've turned into an easel card. So I'm going to just lift that up and show you that. And as you know, you simply score in the center of the front parallel to the fold.
Right, it just ends up looking like that. This was first cut down to a 5-inch card, so you can score it across the center. You can use a bone folder for that. You can use the back of an X-Acto knife or a pen knife, and then you're just going to mount and fold like that. And what keeps it propped up is foam taping the sentiment, or in this case the butterflies, on the inside.
And this is another use of the adorable scoreable, just using it as a square and then adding the die cuts on top, and then that square is only going to be glued to the bottom of the card front.
Right,
so there you go.
So we've got it propped up on the butterflies, but this actually goes back a little further because Lene added a little strip in the center. So,
so you can
even extra pretty.
You can decide how you want your easel in the back or toward the front.
But I love the frames, the circular frames. Lene pulled out the frame that separated the two pieces, just took that away entirely and foam taped those two in place, and it just makes a nice kind of a 3D effect.
And that's something that Hunky Dory does quite often, is having these nested squares, circles, ovals that you can use in multiple ways. So really nice.
So beautiful. And I wanted to point out that the butterflies, while they are just foam taped in place, you can also lift the wings on these. She's got them pretty well foam taped so they don't move, but they're very easy to just lift right around the body and create some
If you did that before you foam taped them down,
Right.
Okay,
Easy
so
to
there
do.
we go, that 5-inch card. Now we're going to go into the butterfly easel, and this is the one that had the sheet of
die cuts.
Go ahead, you want to bring it in?
I'll show them all if you want to go ahead and show them.
Okay, so number one, there's layers here. So what I've got is a foil piece, just solidly foiled, and then one that's kind of a watercolor, and then the base. And the base is double-sided, as you can see.
And these are die cut, scored, ready for you to just pop out. I'll show you how easy it is, and then you just pop it up like that. And there you go, a beautiful butterfly, colorful easel card. They come in all of the different colors that we showed you. And what you're going to need to make that is, first you'll need this sheet. So you'll need one entire sheet. And then here's another sheet, which I popped something out of, and you get one of the items out of here. What I like about this is that it also has these little handmade for you tags on here. They don't always do that. I think that's a nice effect. You can put that on the back of the card.
I think this is the first time I've seen it.
And if you look on the back of the card, you can see it was just placed right on the center. So that's a nice look. So once we pop all of these out, and I chose the red set, it looks like this. And I think that's gold. It's almost kind of a copper though. So we popped out the foiled butterfly, that really colorful filigree butterfly, another base, and then solid, and then here is the card base, which is scored right here where the wings are. You're going to fold it like that. It's also scored on the center so that it's going to fold like so and become your easel card. Now I've got ultra tape on here. It says 1/4-inch ultra tape. That's double-sided tape, makes it easy to attach everything. And I'm going to start with this solid piece. I want to attach it to the bottom half of that so it will become like this. So I've got my ultra tape and I just pull that off. Really simple. I just want to show you how quick it is to make one of these cards. I'm just going to line that up with the front of it, just so. There we go. So now I've got my easel card ready to go. And then I've got on the center, and I only put it on the body because I want to be able to lift those wings. I've got ultra tape there, and I love that these are double-sided so you can see it both ways. They're printed double-sided. Just line up the edges, done, right in the center, and then the same with that foiled piece. Line up the edges, line up the center, and stick it in place only right in the center. That way, on those scored lines, I can just lift those butterfly wings one at a time and really make an impact. And then all you have to do is choose your sentiments, put them on the inside. And the interesting thing about the sentiments for this card is that you have to have two. So this one says, especially for you, and birthday wishes, lots of love. You have to have two to put them underneath there to hold up both wings.
And then we took a third one and put it right on the front.
Right.
And so there you go. That's how that's going to
And
easily
you find all of those
stand up.
right there on the sheet. So you've got the two sentiments, you've got the extra one.
Now in this
Beautiful.
case, we added, you know what's coming, more dazzles, the purple jewel and the purple border, just to add just a little more interest to this very, very fun card. And again, you'll be able to make 4 of these in all of those different colors. And it is a little smaller size, so it's nice to have those envelopes just to make the whole thing easy.
Right.
Now we do have that concertina, and this is really interesting because everything is floating on the plastic pieces inside.
Isn't that beautiful? It's just an ingenious idea.
Very, very clever.
And you've got all of the little die cuts you need to decorate. You can you can place those
Right.
butterflies back to back. And if you turn that over and look at the back, even the back has a sentiment that says, let's see, what does it say? With lots of love, handmade just for you. So you've got a place to write on the back of it, so you can go ahead and personalize it.
So even the back is pretty. So
Right.
there, and
So
then that's the front.
to make the concertina card, you're going to need one of these sheets, and you're going to need one of these acetate pieces. Kind of hard for you to see, but there are 2 of them in each one of these sheets, and you're going to pop out one of them. And it does say to be kind of gentle when you're popping this out. You don't want to rip the acetate. So once you have it completely pulled out, it's going to look like this. So you have one piece that's like, I'm gonna
need that? Okay.
Well, I guess not. So one piece like this, and it's actually got center pieces that you're going to pop those out too, and this one is ready to go. And then the other pieces that you pop out, they look like this, and I've popped out the centers of all of those, and really all you need out of the center pieces are these butterflies. You're going to be able to pop those out, and you can throw away this outer piece. That's really not necessary. The same with the other pieces for the signs, etc., or the sentiments that you're going to add to your card. Now, the way to put this together, and I did read the instructions, and I kind of found that it was a little simpler for me to do it in the way that I'm about to describe to you. So these pieces are going to end up back to back like this, but I don't want to glue them in place yet because I need to thread this through those holes. So before I did that, I put my ultra tape in place. So I'm ready to go. Now this is actually the back. I'm going to turn it around. This one is going to be on the back. You can go ahead and choose which one, and this will be on the front. When you look at the image, I need to show you kind of a close-up. When you look at the image, and maybe, that's much better.
That in.
On the back of that, let's back up just a little bit so we can get in relation to where we are. There we go. On the back of each one of these, there's like a highlighted area, and that's telling you where you want to glue your acetate. So you know that that's going to be on the inside, and this piece is going to be on the outside. It doesn't have that highlighted area.
So you would just go ahead and put your ultra tape or extra sticky tape in those areas. Just have it ready.
On one of them. So
Okay.
this is the one that's going to be on the front, and I put the ultra tape on those 4 spots. So on the other one, I put ultra tape on all of the areas because that's going to be glued in place. Before I remove all the ultra tape, I'm going to set this back to back like that. So now we have the front and the back, and the ultra tape will be on the inside. I'm also going to mountain fold these first 2 and valley fold these center 2, and I'm just kind of holding it together while I do so. Then I take the acetate piece and I'm going to thread it through. It's going to go through the back
under,
hole.
over, and under?
It's going to up through the back, down through the center,
Okay.
and then it's going to land right here in the front. Now I'm going to lift this back frame just so that I can glue those in place right there. And now I've got my ultra tape ready to pull off. And just those tabs from the acetate piece are going to be right on those areas. One there, and then I can go ahead and do the next piece. I go move over here, and you actually have to kind of work while this is folded up. It's a little easier to fold that frame so that you can reach these into the next position. So I lift this up, remove my ultra tape.
You might want to do what Gail does. She kind of lifts one side and crimps it before she goes on camera, so that it's easy just to lift that that orange piece.
Right.
Yeah.
So I have that. Oh, I don't want it in place. Then I have to move that, and I kind of like setting it down and sort of letting it set in place. I don't want it to get stuck before I get there.
You want it to go where you want it to go.
Yes, there we go, there and there. So that's the second part. And you see, this is still loose. I haven't glued it in place yet, but I've got that acetate. It has to go in between like that. And then I do the third piece as well. I'm not going to show that. I'm going to go ahead and, you can go ahead and glue, stick the next piece, those little tabs in place. But I'm going to go ahead and start removing the ultra tape to show you that once that's in place, you go ahead and attach the front frame.
Now you
the
could have done
frame.
each one complete, couldn't you, as you went?
Each one complete.
Each section?
Yeah, I could have. I could have
Okay.
attached it all in one. I kind of felt like this was the way to do it, to show you the acetate there, and then you just line them up. So once you start putting it in place, once this last place is, you're basically capturing those acetate tabs in between each one of these,
Right.
and then gluing that together. And then you have, then
Your
it will fold
accordion.
like that. And you can start adding, if we look at the card, those pieces will just glue on the front and back
Right.
of those panels.
So
or
just,
tape.
just
I would
know
use
that,
tape.
That's gonna, yeah, that's gonna feel a little awkward doing it, but seeing that what that process is really helpful. And then you can do your decorating, and as you can see, all the pieces have a matching piece to go on the back,
Right.
so that you've, you know, it looks good from the front
And you
from
can
the
foam
back.
tape, or you can just tape them in place, and either way, it's a beautiful little card, and they fit in those
Yeah.
little shipping boxes really simply. The
Nicely.
shipping boxes are scored and ready to fold, so you can just fold them up one at a time like that, fold the sides up, glue them in place, or whatever you
Tape
want to
them.
do, tape them in place, and that'll be a great little box.
Now,
for your concertina
scrapbookers
card.
want to make sure that you're included in this, because we do show the hunky-dory. Now, they do talk about card kits, but we know that die cuts like this and the adorable scoreable can be used on scrapbooking. So,
Absolutely. And one whole piece here, you can
Yes.
see that, that's the bottom of your page, and the rest of it is cardstock. And it's a nice colored cardstock that goes perfectly with
right,
this.
and you can see the butterflies fluttering. We've got a border at the top, and you can see that the words work very
Right.
nicely. Happy birthday.
Right, so it's nice to put the happy birthday, then we know, oh, okay, this is a birthday, so we don't really need any other journaling on there. It tells you all you need to know. But I love the colors, and adding those extra die cuts that come with it. And this cardstock is from our pastel cardstock.
It is. Now, when you get the cardstock, it's going to say pearlescent on the front of it. That's wrong. It is pastel cardstock. There are 20 sheets in each pack, and
And I
you can
think
tell
that's-
why we used it for this.
Right, and I think it's just a beautiful combination for
Yes.
Flutterbye Rainbow. It's got that nice combination of colors.
So you can see that with the Flutterbye Rainbow, you can do regular scrapbooking, you can do cards,
Right.
and then you can do some specialty things, which are really Very, very fun to see.
Beautiful, and they
have.
really are a rainbow of colors, and I really love the textured. You don't always get that textured
Right, you
foiling
don't.
hunky dory, so that's a
Yep.
special thing with this kit.
Okay, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.